a man blessed with beauty, wisdom, and the love of his father, yet he finds himself behind the cold, dark walls of a prison. But here's the real question. Why? Why would a prophet, innocent and pure, accept imprisonment instead of the luxurious life that was offered to him? What secret lies behind this decision? Stay with me as we unravel the most captivating story of faith, patience, and divine wisdom. It all started with a dream. A young boy, Yusuf alayhi salam, saw 11 stars, the sun, and the moon bowing to him. Confused yet excited, he shared it with his father, Prophet Yaqub alayhi salam. But instead of celebrating, his father warned him, "Do not tell your brothers, for they may plot against you." Why? Because jealousy can turn even blood into enemies. And just as his father feared, his brothers, driven by envy, threw him into a deep well. Imagine the fear, the darkness, the loneliness of a child abandoned by those he trusted the most. But was it a tragedy or the beginning of something far greater? Rescued by a passing caravan, Yusuf alayhi salam was sold into slavery in Egypt. But his beauty, intelligence, and purity set him apart. He was bought by Al-Aziz, a nobleman, and was soon entrusted with the affairs of his house. But just when life seemed stable, another storm was waiting for him. The wife of Al-Aziz, mesmerized by Yusuf's alayhi salam beauty, desired him. She locked the doors and whispered words that could shatter his purity. At this moment, most would surrender to temptation, but Yusuf alayhi salam had something stronger: his unwavering faith in Allah. He turned away, ran towards the door, choosing honor over desire. But was he rewarded for his righteousness? No, the world isn't always just. Accused falsely, trapped in a situation where he had no escape, the noble Yusuf alayhi salam was faced with a choice: submit to the desires of the powerful woman or face prison. And here comes the most shocking part. He didn't beg for justice, he didn't try to escape. Instead, he prayed for prison. Think about it. Who in their right mind chooses imprisonment over freedom? But Yusuf alayhi salam knew something most of us fail to realize. The real prison isn't the walls that surround you, it's the chains that bind your soul. He knew that if he gave in to sin, he would be imprisoned by guilt and regret for the rest of his life. So he raised his hands and said, "O my Lord, prison is dearer to me than what they invite me to." 23. He wasn't running from punishment, he was running towards Allah's protection. He knew that sometimes a prison cell is far safer than a palace filled with corruption. And so Yusuf alayhi salam entered prison, not as a criminal, but as a man of dignity. But was this the end? No, because Allah never abandons the patient. Even in prison, Yusuf alayhi salam became a leader, interpreting dreams, guiding lost souls. He was physically locked away, but his mind and heart were free. Until one day, the king himself needed him. The king had a troubling dream, one that no one could interpret. But someone remembered there was a prisoner, a man of knowledge, a man of truth. Yusuf alayhi salam was called, and his wisdom not only solved the mystery, but also saved an entire nation from famine. The same Yusuf alayhi salam who was thrown in a well as a child, who was sold as a slave, who was locked in a prison, was now standing before a king, not as a prisoner, but as the future ruler of Egypt. So why did Yusuf alayhi salam choose prison? Because he knew that the hardship of this world is temporary, but the reward from Allah is eternal. He chose dignity over ease, patience over comfort, and faith over fear. And in the end, it was his patience that turned his prison into a pathway to power. Allah tells us in the Quran, "Indeed, with hardship comes ease." 94:6. But do we truly believe it? When faced with trials, do we choose the easy way out, or do we stand firm, knowing that Allah's plan is greater than what we see? The story of Yusuf alayhi salam isn't just a tale, it's a lesson. A lesson in patience, purity, and trust in Allah. How many times do we complain about our struggles, thinking they are the end of us? But what if they are just a test leading us to something far greater? Remember this: sometimes the hardships we fear the most are actually the doors to our greatest success. So the next time life puts you in a prison of difficulties, ask yourself, are you willing to trust Allah's plan, like Yusuf alayhi salam did? Because in the end, those who remain patient always rise above.